Hey, what's up, everybody? So, listen, I don't know about you, but I can't trust a pre-roll at all anymore, especially after this story. I can barely trust shit that comes out of head shops. Listen, not every smoke shop is gonna have some bomb in there, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Some of them are gonna be selling you some piss weed. And by piss weed, I mean the man took his pecker out and added some extra terpenes to your grass. He pissed on your fucking weed, bro. I don't know many people that do that now, but if you're walking into a head shop, be careful. You might get some lemon aroma. This is a message to all the people out there buying street carts. If you're buying street carts, dude, my heart prays for you and goes out to you because buying street carts is dangerous as fuck nowadays, bro. You don't know what you're getting, man. I bought one. Listen, I was feeling a little bit risky. I was feeling a little bit rebellious towards the grass. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna pick up a fucking cart. You know what? God damn it, I deserve myself to a portable fake dab rig. All right. So I bought one of these little fuckers. I bought two of them actually. And one of them was like this new new THCA plus live resin, whatever. That shit was fire, I guess. And the only thing I didn't like about it was I learned later THCA is basically THC, just like less potent until it's heated up. You know, THC gets you high, whatever. It's same fucking compound. That's how they try to explain it to you. The way I explained it is the same way they explained it to me. And the way they explained it to me was basically just telling me how fucking weed worked. To me, it sounded like there was some sort of scam going on. THCA is essentially THC, but it's not. It's like the beginning stages of THC. THCA can't bind to the same receptors in the brain as THC. Therefore, you can't get the same amount of high or high at all when you smoke THCA. So, that's that. But let's get into today's story, shall we? That's what you guys came here for. So, basically, I was hanging out with my homie. We're going to call this dude Andrew, because Andrew is what I called him in the last story. He was in Too High in the Broken RV. So, me and Andrew were hanging out back at my house again. This was like several months later after this story took place. And then we're chilling in my room and we're just trying to figure out something to do. And eventually, of course, we decided we were just going to go smoke. But, of course, we don't have any bud. And that wouldn't have been an issue if the plug wasn't MIA for the whole fucking night. So, our only option was going up to the head shop across the street. Now, mind you, this town began booming. Like, this city that I'm in started booming with head shops all of a sudden as soon as legalization started. But before that, there was only like two or three, more like one or two, keep it real. But they all like pushed their brand very discreetly, like outside, all right, in public. They couldn't really advertise that they were a head shop for weed. But you could walk in there, you could buy a bowl, you could buy a bong, you could buy a poster, whatever the fuck, right? You couldn't always buy grass in there, and they started selling like vapes up in there, like smoke shops started popping up like that. So now all these head shops started pop up, and eventually they started selling some weed before legalization happened, of course, right? And they started getting canned up for this shit. I'm not even gonna lie. They were getting every store out here has gotten wrapped up in some form, case of or another. Orders change in these stores probably like a good every 2 years, like 6 months to every 2 years, the owners be switching up, right? And the police love when they catch these motherfuckers, bro. They be eyeing for them. Swear to God, they be looking outside sometimes like, ooh, who's going up in the smoke shop today? Ooh. Just making sure they don't see a kid walk up in there so they can walk up and be like, ooh, did you sell to him? Why'd you let him in? Why don't you tell him to leave? Why was he in there for so goddamn long? Get on the fucking ground! Police need to make quotas like that. It was like 2 blocks away from us. So we eventually get to the gas station that's like right across from the shop. And we got to decide who's going in there first, right? Looking back on it, we both could have walked up in there and we probably would have got the same result. But at the time, we were treating it like it was a fucking special ops mission. We had to plan the whole thing out because at any minute, at any time, this shit could have gone horribly, horribly wrong. We were not going to get our joints that night. We make the decision that, hey, I'm just going to walk up in there. He knows me because I've walked up in there before. This was like the only shop that was going to sell to us underage that we knew that wasn't going to ID us at all. We just had a feeling that they don't know him and we're not taking any chances. So I'm going to walk in here, but we don't know what to get. And we only have like $15 to our name. and we want some bud, bro. So the only thing they have in there that I know is pre-rolls, like pre-roll joints. And pre-rolls are the worst fucking things you can buy, bro. Listen, word of advice to any of you people that are still buying weed from head shops and dispensaries, never buy the pre-rolls. And because they put the worst fucking weed in their pre-rolls, all right? Let me explain. So, my buddy worked in a dispensary one time, and he had me on FaceTime, and he was showing me the batches of weed, and he told me that on his first day, they explained the batches to him. One of them was like a nice, dude, this shit looked like a forest, like they pulled it out of the Amazon, dude. It was nice, green, there was a little bit of purple in there, and right next to it was literally fucking, like, dirt weed, bro. Like, it was golden. It was literally gold brown, bro. The same thing that this dude's pulling off the fucking tray right now in this gameplay. It was literally that exact same color, dude. And the dispensary told him, put this weed into packs, roll them up into joints, and the brown weed, whatever's left, throw it in with the pre-rolls, all right? So there was one batch where it was nice, clean, and the other half was dirt weed, all right? And they shipped both of them out. Just put them all on the shelf as different strains, right? So one strain was on the shelf. It would be some fucking, like, we'll just use, for example, OG Kush, and that was the good weed. And then over to the side would be fucking OG Bush, like, over in the corner. And every time you'd ask for a pre-roll, yeah, I got you, OG Bush. Granted, not every dispensary is like this, okay? But a lot of those motherfuckers are. Also, if you're still buying street carts, let me tell you a little fun story, all right? So at this head shop, they were selling these carts, and the carts weren't actually filled when they arrived at the store. They didn't buy the actual carts, they bought empty ones, so they could fill them up with honey instead. Nothing better than some nice fucking honey in the lungs. Oh, fuck, dude. Imagine being the kid who brought that shit to school and passed it around in the bathroom function. Holy shit. Sometimes I'm convinced, though, that middle schoolers and, like, junior high schoolers and really high schoolers in general will smoke anything to get high. If there's a chance, that minor possibility that they can get a head rush from it, they'll smoke it. Not all of them, but a lot of them will. I won't lie. Most dispensaries, I'm being real, don't actually sell legal market at all, dude. They are full illegal black market salesmen, okay? Quotation marks around illegal. They will do anything for a bang for the buck, all right? When this legalization started, they saw it as a huge business opportunity to get into a legal market that fucking sucks, okay? So, black market still is kind of where it's at for a lot of people, and I think it's going to stay like that for a long time. Unless the government stops it because they're greedy as fuck and want tax dollars and only want people buying weed through dispensaries, which is kind of what they want right now. So, hey, maybe in the future they do start trying to put down illegal weed markets like they already have for the past 80, 100 years. Did weed really become legal, or did they make a loophole to make money off of it? Because under certain circumstances, you can still go to jail for weed, which is fucking mind-boggling to me, bro. I'm pretty sure it's only like a couple ounces and you can get a fucking misdemeanor and like a year in jail. But you never do the year, you always just pay the fine. So I'm walking across the street, I walk into the smoke shop. And when I saw it was a different dude, I was like, oh no, man, we're getting ID'd, it's over, we're not buying weed. But then I remembered, if this is going to be successful at all, you got to be bro, you can't even think about that, bro. Block it out. And I blocked it out. I was like, yep, he's going to sell to me. Because the thing is, right, when you're trying to buy something or do something that you were not supposed to do, if you have any doubts, don't do it. Just don't do it, bro. Get out. If you have no doubts, bro, bounce. Okay? Because, like, let's say you're stealing a bike, right? You're trying to steal a bike from somebody's house, and you hesitate stealing the bike, like right in front of the bike. 2 seconds before the owner comes outside and blasts your ass, bro, for trying to steal the bike. Or he socks you in the face or whatever, bro. Listen, if you're on go mode, you're on go, all right? Just follow through. No hesitation. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Should have thought about the consequences then. If you're already on go, on go. So we're in the store. I can't just back out now. If I think he's not going to sell to me, we're going to fucking try. So I was like, yo, And he had the thickest Arab accent I had ever heard in my entire life, all right? I could understand him pretty easily, but I started picking up on the fact that English was probably not his first language. And so when I asked him for what I wanted, which was just a pre-roll, he didn't understand what I was talking about. When I said pre-roll, he looked at me confused and without really saying anything just said, "Say that shit again?" You know what I'm saying? So I had to point him in the direction of where I wanted to go. And he eventually grabbed me my pre-rolls. He said, "Thank you, brother." And I walked out of the store, paid $15 for 2 pre-rolls. He didn't ask me for my ID one time. Didn't even question the fact that I might be underage. Maybe I looked the part. I have no idea. So I walk back outside, meet up with Andrew again. We start walking away from the shop. And we eventually link up at a gas station, just like right behind the gas station. We start sparking up. Now, it's been a long time since this story took place. So the best way that I can describe the way that this weed tasted was pine tree. And that would have been okay if the next aroma wasn't fucking pesticides. Like if you grabbed a pine off of a pine tree, put it in your mouth for a couple seconds and tasted it. That's what this weed was tasting like. I'm not even gonna lie. Plus the raw paper, Lord have fucking mercy, bro. It literally smelled like we were like smoking pesticides. That should have been our first warning to just put that shit out immediately. I don't know why we didn't. We kept smoking that shit almost till it was gone, bro. And by the time we were done, our throats started to clog up on us. And originally, my first thought was, "Oh no, are we getting laced?" Like fentanyl just became a thing, but that was before I even knew what it was. So maybe that's the reason why I didn't die that night. Perhaps the placebo effect was just on my case that night. It was protecting me. Probably not though. It was definitely not fentanyl. I can tell you that Pine Bush or whatever strain was in these joints was not getting us any type of high whatsoever. And all of a sudden, we just developed the fucking flu right there in the snow when we started coughing up like all of the saliva that was just in our bodies at that point. We had like $1 left to our name. And Pine Bush or whatever strain that was in this joint just made us fucking sick. Good news though, we're right by the gas station, so we can go get some water real quick. Now, we only had $1 to our name, and $1 is gonna get you jack shit in a gas station up here, alright? You need at least another 49 cents to get anywhere. So, I walk up, I get $1, $49, like, what? I said dollar twice. I get $1.49 water bottle, and I bring it up to the cash register, and I only have $1 on me, so I put it on the register. I'm just like, "Yo, can you please just spare me the 49 cents? And this lady, she was super kind, all right? I think she kind of looked in my eyes and realized that, hey, this kid's not right, all right? I must have been pale or some shit, but she just was like, "All right, you can have the water bottle. It's fine." And that was it. Snagged the water bottle because I could only afford one. Walked outside, and we started, like, waterfalling the shit into our mouths, and we were like, "Oh, my God, we need to get home as fast as possible." We took the other joint and just stuffed it in, like, I think Andrew just stuffed it into his pocket as we walked home. We get back to the house, and we walk up straight to my bedroom and just sit on my bed. And we're just sitting there like, okay, what did we just smoke, all right? And we were thinking about it for a long time, and we come to the conclusion that we probably didn't get laced by any other substance. We probably just smoked some really bad tree, mixed with all the pesticides that they spray on the fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. And probably some Chinese mystery distillate that they put on the bud. But I digress. Andrew took the joint with him home, and I'm not really sure what he did with it, but I can only assume that he probably smoked it or sold it. Only 2 things you can really do with that kind of thing, but he most likely smoked it. I'm just kidding, I have no idea. But that's it for this story. If you like these kinds of things, you already know what to do. Hit the subscribe because you got nothing better to do. You're probably high watching this and forgetting to do a lot of other shit. That's okay, though. Get back on track by subscribing. Stay elevated.